Hello everyone, this is Dragolin here. So we have restarted our anytime coaching. So we are not going to just write into the Telegram. We want to create values and videos for you to let you understand the complexity of not just 八字, but also other destiny systems like 紫微斗数 or forecasting tool like 奇门遁甲. So that's the reason why we are back. So today, the very first video, we want to talk about solar time. So this solar time has a lot of debate, and all this debate to say that to change or not to change, why should we change, and how should we change it? I'm going to give all this information to you in this video. So what is actually solar time? It's based on the sun position in the sky. So therefore, all this system is actually structured to be able to look at the sky, and that's the real time of your birth. Let me pull you into what is local versus solar. So as you can see, this map here is divided into different part or different time zone. In China, they only have one standardized time. The reason why, very simple, for market reason or for business reason, that's why they need one time. If not, it's very, very confusing. Okay, but is it a true solar time? It's actually not. As you can see here, the whole China, look at the lines here. Yeah? So let me draw for you. Okay, so let me so if you can see, China starts from here all the way to here. Okay, so maybe this color is not good enough. Let me try another color. So it's here all the way to here. Okay. All right, so how many time zone has it actually cuts into? So starts from here, one. This is one. Okay, so this is another one. This is two. This is three. And this is four. So China itself has the whole piece of land is cut into 4 different time zones. So how can we say that China uses one just local time? So when we talk about 八字, talk about 紫微, we talk about all those destiny tools especially. We need to find out the local time, translating it to the solar time. Why? Because the ancient art, those people, the officers that created this system is based on GMT plus 8. Why? I'm gonna explain to you in the next slide. Alright guys, before we dive in deep to this topic, I have an announcement to make. Dragolin Consultancy Destiny Coaching is back. So what we're gonna do here is, many people have asked me, why have I stopped Destiny Coaching for a year? The reason why I always tell them is because the past 1 year I've been building another sideline, and that's where it's on the very growth stage. I need to put more effort and time, but now it's more stable and healthy, so therefore I felt more comfortable, and that's the reason why Destiny Coaching is back. But I want to upgrade it better and stronger, so we're going to put in 八字, we're going to put in 紫微斗数. These two are very powerful what we call destiny reading that helps to read out and map out your life. And of course, some of you guys might have some questions that you want to forecast. So that's the reason I'm going to put in 奇门遁甲. So these 3 things comes together as a package. So what you're going to do is you can actually go into dragolin.com/coaching. They have a lot of information there. I'm going to walk you through, and that's where you can schedule a consult with me. Welcome back to the topic. We're going to talk about some history of 八字 and 紫微. So these 2 arts is consolidated in the Song dynasty. Then after that, we move to the Ming dynasty, which is updated. In this dynasty, a lot of these very powerful scholars updated the system. But however, after Ming dynasty, we go to the Qing. The Qing dynasty is the final part of the China Emperor dynasty, and that's where it finalized this system. So it finalized in the Qing dynasty, and that's where and what we are using right now in 八字 or 紫微. But That's one thing I need you to take note. Look here. The calculation and formula from this three dynasty is based on the GMT plus 8, the time zone within of 106 to 134 degree longitude. Why is this in this manner? I'm going to show it to you. The reason here, we're going to use a map to explain to you. The Song dynasty is, the palace is in Hangzhou. Hangzhou is 120. So it's within the this 106 to 134. So where is the Song dynasty? It's actually here. So this is the Song dynasty palace. Then when they upgraded into the Ming dynasty here, it's 118 in Nanjing. So it's here. So the palace move out, yeah, different dynasty, different emperors. Then we move on to the Qing dynasty, which is the final one, the Forbidden City in Beijing. So it's here. So as you can see, these three pillars are all falling in which time zone? The GMT plus 8, which is 106 to 134. You need to come back here. Who is the one that write all these texts? Who is the ancient programmers, I say? The Bazi, the Ziwei programmers. They are all staying inside the palace, right? The officers for the emperor. So that's where the formulas are all based on GMT plus 8. So if you think about it, you're from another state, another country, another longitude, another zone. Do you need to make some changes? I think you should. It's just like European cars come over to Asian market, they have to make some modifications, right? So therefore, you're using this Bazi system or this Ziwei system. When you move over to another state, you have to slightly modify which part? Your birth time. Think about it, guys. For education's sake, we're going to use Singapore and Malaysia as our case study. All right, so if you look here, Singapore longitude is actually 103. The West Malaysia, which is the KL side, is 102. And the East Malaysia, the Sabah side, is actually 114. Look into this map here. You can see the GMT plus 7 and plus 8. Very clearly, the West Malaysia plus Singapore is not in the GMT plus 8 time zone. All right, so we are here. So we are under this GMT plus 7. And the Sabah side, which is here, is a GMT plus 8. All right, so what can we see here and what can we discuss on this? But Singapore and Malaysia has a GMT plus 8 as a standardized time for this Southeast Asia to be easily standardized for business purposes. Yeah. So, but however, if we talk about solar time, this part here, very iffy. That's where some of your charts need to be adjusted because one period is 2 hours. Let me explain a little bit more. Don't jump and say, oh shit, I need to change my time right now. I'll explain a little bit more on the different periods. For these two countries, we have different time allocation. So just have this idea here. Singapore, West Malaysia, especially, is not in the GMT plus 8. We are at the GMT plus 7 time zone. So our time is advanced by 1 hour. Okay, so therefore, don't worry, just have this in mind. I'll explain it deeper. Okay guys, this is very, very critical because Singapore and Malaysia, at different time periods, we use different time. What am I talking about? So let's start. So if you can see here, the West Malaysia, which is the KL side, at different periods, you can see this different period we use, I mean not me, the government use different GMTs. So if you want to look into the closer period, this too is very important. Those that born in 12th of September 1945 all the way to 1981. the Malaysia government use GMT 730. Okay, then 1982 onwards until now they use the GMT plus 8. So this one is very critical. So those who are born after 1982, you have to pull back your time. You need to adjust your time a little bit more because it's GMT plus 8. All right, but those who are born within 1945 to 1981, then maybe you need to adjust a little bit lesser because of this GMT plus 7 and GMT plus 8. Remember, the West Malaysia is GMT plus 7. So that's this in this group of people, 1945 to 1981, you may be ahead 30 minutes. Somehow 30 minutes to 40 minutes. But those who are born after 1981 and 1982, you're definitely 1 hour ahead. So this one you have to take note, because of the time period GMT used at that time. Okay, so now we're going to talk about East Malaysia. So East Malaysia, remember, generally the majority of East Malaysia is in the GMT plus 8, especially in Sabah. So those that are 1945 all the way to now, they are using the GMT plus 8. So not much changes. Your time could be actually correct. So there's no time adjustment that's needed. Okay. Then we move to Singapore. Okay, this is very critical. So Singapore, because you look at the whole list from Wikipedia, consolidated from Wikipedia, we have so many different time zones that is used in different periods by our government. So hence, which one we want to focus on? Generally, for now, these two parts is the more critical one. So 1945 all the way to 1981, very similar to Malaysia, the West Malaysia, we use 730. And 1982 onwards, we use GMT plus 8. So likewise, so the West Malaysia and Singapore are very much similar because we change the time together to standardize because we need to do business. So that's where you need to take note this part, because even though we are GMT plus 7 in solar time, but you need to look into the local time that is used. Is it 730 or 8? Then you can have a much more clearer sense of how much time you need to readjust. So now, should we adjust our time? So before you jump, there's a few factors I need you guys to understand first before you make time adjustment. So number one, if your birth time is very close to the changing period, then this one you need to be extra careful because sometimes you might not need to change. The second one, if you're born in the leap year or in that leap month, this one is a bit tough because some of the schools says that on that leap month, the first 15 days belongs to the current month and the next 15 days belongs to the next month. Okay, but however, some schools says that it all belongs to the current month. So this part very debatable. Okay, and the last one, religion. So if you're a full religion believer, you'll be so much into religion that the chart might not really affect you in a very negative way. So it's very tough to explain this religion part, but if you understand what I mean, on the religion basis means you are in a very positive mood rather than affected by all these negative energies. Okay? All right, the next one here is, why is it very important to get your own chart or the right accurate chart? Because why do you need a chart? You want to strategize, you want to make plannings, you want to create your own date selection. And if your chart is wrong, then everything is wrong. Your life is in the wrong direction, wrong strategy set, wrong date selection chosen. So in this case, everything will go haywire. So that's where the roots is very important. The start state is very important. You want to build a building, your fundamental is problematic, the whole building is gone. All right, so I will urge you guys to really put some effort in getting the right chart. Okay, so what's your safest bet? So check on both charts. This is what I do. When I do consultation, I'll check on the current chart and 1 hour before, just to be very sure this person in two areas. Personal characteristics, cannot run away on it. Because if two charts are the whole thing will change very much different. The second one is the past events. Cannot run away on these two things. So either chart A or chart B will definitely tell you something. But there are sometimes charts can, both charts say the same thing. So in this case here, if both really represents you, then I will urge you to get an expert to help you, because a person, another party can be much more clear. They can ask clearer questions to help you out. Okay, so we're back to my services. All right, so I will have personally, I have feng shui, I have this destiny coaching, and also academy courses. You can all find this in dracolin.com. And if you really need a consult, just let me know via Telegram, WhatsApp, or email. I'm always ready to help you. Okay, so thank you, and stay tuned for our next video. Really appreciate your time watching this whole, maybe 10 minutes, I don't know. All right, so remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And really stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you soon.